Scrappy peeps, it's Del from Inkie Quill, and it's been a while since I updated you on my craft room. So today we've got a little craft room tour. If you've been with me for a while, you would have seen I think the last craft room tour I had over here was at our old house. Since then, we moved about almost a year and a half ago, and I have set up my craft space in 4 different areas of the house. However, I haven't filmed tours of them. I filmed setting up my first space for Patreon, and also a evolution of the 3 spaces also over on Patreon, but I haven't actually given you a craft room tour. And surprise, surprise, I'm moving it again. Well, I'm not moving it, but I'm completely changing it. I'm building a new desk, and it's going to completely change the way that I store things. So I wanted to do a craft room tour now before things changed again. So tune in. I have a smaller space than I originally did when we moved into this house. I had a big craft room, but I decided to downsize because I was just making too much mess. So I hope you enjoy the tour. All right, time to enter the craft room. We have the baby gate to keep out the not so helpful helper. It's also about 34 degrees today, and so I apologise if you can hear cicadas or if I suddenly melt into a hot puddle, because boy oh boy, it's hot without that fan on, but that fan is very noisy. So here's a little overview of my space. Don't want to make you too sick, and we'll go in and have a bit of a closer look. So I recently just cleaned up my craft room, but I wanted to show you the realities of a working space. These 2 tubs have stuff for a haul video that I want to film with my husband Inky Beard, and this top one are some new goodies that I got from Scrapbook.com. I bought myself some Christmas treats, and they're just sitting there because that's where they're living right now, as are these things just living on the floor too. I'm also trying to make sure I don't wiggle the camera too much to make you sick, but I have, this is the older version of the Ikea units. It's the Expedit, but they're now called the Calyx, and it's a 4x4, and then on top I have a 2x4, and I really like to use as much vertical space as possible. It just helps me out, and of course Archie doesn't come into this room, so I don't have to worry about things like him climbing this or things falling on him at all. So I'm about 5'5" and can reach these shelves okay, but I can't really reach those. So up the top I put things that I use but I don't use too often. I've got right up here some sequins, extra big paintbrushes, and some stamps. This is how I store my stamps. I'm pretty sure I have a video showing how I store them. I just put them in those Avery L plastic page protectors. If I can find that video, I will link it below. Then I have a wire basket that I think I got from Kmart, and it's just got all of my fabric in it, and some roller stamps. This is my junk basket. We all have one. Who knows what's in there? 'Tis a mystery, to myself included. Down here I have my thickers. So these are, I separate them into 2 different baskets. These are the ones that I don't use as often. They are words and also my coloured ones, and I store them in 6x12 page protectors, and it's really handy just to flick through them, and I don't have to worry about sliding them in and out with the adhesive pocket on the bottom of the packaging for the thickers. It gets really annoying, so I just pop them in page protectors. Then over here we have journals still in progress that I'm not currently really using. So I've got some traveler's notebook covers, I've got some inserts, I've done a couple of pages in these journals, but they're not my current working ones. Got this cool vintage camera that I found online, which I've just realised is peeling, which isn't fun. And then in that magazine holder I have all of my flat alphas. It's so hot in here. I don't know if you can see, but my glasses are fogging up. Oh, so I'm going to try and do the rest of this tour without glasses on, so I might be a little bit blind, but we'll do the best we can. These 2 boxes, this one just has a lot of tax stuff in it, receipts and notebooks to do with tax, so that's boring. And in this one I have some Inkie Quill merch, some of my bags and pouches. Then we travel down, and I know I could organise this a little bit better, but because I'm about to reshuffle my room and get a whole lot more storage, I don't want to waste too much time in perfecting like the junk drawers and things like that right now. But I wanted to show you the realities of things just being slightly organised but also slightly shoved. These are my 12 by 12 paper pads, and I just stack them up. I've got them on this really handy thing from Ikea. I think it's meant for pantries, so that you can put like cans down below and then stack stuff on top, but it's really, really helpful for these if you're looking for something to kind of double your space a little bit. And then in here I've got some child paints that Archie uses and some Dettol wipes. Then over here my paper storage hasn't changed. I just need to go through my paper really and de-stash a little bit, but I got this, it's from Ikea, but I don't know the name of it. But if you look up their small storage section, you might be able to find it. And the drawers are actually A4 size, so they're meant to only go to there. I just put them not in the little tracks that they belong in. I just put them on top, and I just don't push them in all the way, and the 12 by 12 paper seems to fit in. I've just got it categorized and labeled with my label maker, and I really, really do need to go through it and kind of go through the papers that I use and I don't use. At the top I have multicolored, and then on the side I have like specialty papers like glitter and things. This is kind of a placeholder shelf, and I haven't really had one of these before, but it has been helping me not put things on the floor, because that's my bad habit that I'm trying to break. Anything that has a future use, so I've got a couple of magazines. I want to film a magazine harvest video. I've got some brush lettering pens that I want to film a video for as well. I've got some Patreon printables that I need to put into my master file folder that I put them in. I just have been too lazy to do so. I've got this really cute bunny. I think it's a remote holder, but my brother-in-law bought it for me for Christmas, and I want to find a use for that, some paintbrushes or something in my craft room. And then I have my pin pouch, which I absolutely love, and I have recently just received 4 new pins to put on there, so I have to do that. Then down here, this is probably the cubby that I access the most out of the whole craft room, so that's why it's in the best position at eye level. I can just easily reach it, and it's all of my thickers, like I said, sorted into the 6 by 12 page protectors, and I just reuse them. So I have used a lot here, but I have a lot of thickers, and as soon as one packet seems to disappear from my stash, I seem to accidentally accumulate a new one. So I'm always trying to get more 6 by 12 page protectors. They can be trickier to get, and so this is black, white and gold because they're my most used ones. And I think these baskets, they're either from Kmart or like various $2 shops, and here in Australia, and I've bought them quite a while ago. So, but these are, you know, wire baskets are quite trendy, so you should be able to find them somewhere near you. Down here we have a basket of possibilities. That can be its name. These are things for videos that I really know that I'm filming, and things that need to be put away in other places. These are possibilities. So I have a couple of like the Kiki K Paper Lovers book. I would love to film a video using that. And then I did film a video for this, but I forgot to upload it, so I might have to edit that and put that up in a colouring book. Oops, we went out of focus there, sorry peeps. So that's a basket of possibilities, and then I'm working on something in that album. Then something I haven't done before, usually my albums are in a different location, so they're about, you know, not far away, but sometimes in a different room, or at least on, you know, 5-6 meters away from my desk, which when you're in the middle of crafting is too far. That's why everything ends up on the floor. So I have got my current albums that I'm working in right here, which has been really handy. However, I did just print between 700 and 800 photos, and put them into my albums ready to scrapbook, and they're all here. So I have a whole basket of albums just waiting to get things scrapped. So I need to, I kind of, when the new room is rearranged, I need to find these a cubby. So I think maybe the basket of possibilities and this section might get combined. I'm not sure yet. This one's a hot mess, a hot mess, but I wanted to show it to you anyway. It needs redoing. This is my very unorganized, can't even open all the drawers, shoved collage item, sorry, and that just needs a complete redo. And then these were the design teams that I was on last year, and I would just put the stuff in the pizza boxes they arrived in and label them so I could easily access them. Then down here, this, to be honest, some of these are a mystery. This is overflowing with art supplies. Yeah, we need to go through this one as well. It's just got all the things with little organisation, and I think this one is the same. Yep, so just paints and hot glue, all sorts of things, and I haven't bothered to really reorganise it just because I knew that I was changing things anyway. Alright, after that short interlude of the fan, let's continue. This one's the same, just has excess art supplies. I think I'm going to really try to use up some of these paints in my art journals and junk journals this year. Then this one has scrappy things that I use but not all the time. So this is some doilies, and then I have my long arm staplers. I think there's some dies in here, my fuse tools, so stuff that I use but not frequently. And then these two are Happy Mail that I have received. This one is kind of like my stationery drawer, so I have page protectors, plastic sleeves, I have my cardstock. This is the cardstock that I usually print my printables on. I have some note paper and yeah, just stationery things. I was a teacher, so I do like my stationery. Here I have some A3 paper, some deli paper, some normal printer paper, and my childhood albums, which I'm trying to digitize. We'll see how that goes. Next to my desk in this little secret cubby hole, I have some more Inkie Quill merch, like my bags. Here's a little looky at them if you like them. And then I have my old laptop, and then these are the things for a baby album class that I'm filming, as well as some backdrops. Alrighty, now we'll have a bit of a look at my desk. So this desk is from Officeworks, and it is a standing desk. I always have it standing though, so I never sit. If I do sit, I sit on a stool. But I really like it because I find that I craft better when I stand. So if you're finding that you've got a lot of aches or pains, try a standing desk if you can, or even just propping your work surface up if you can on blocks or something, because it's really helped with my pain. Down here, well behind here I should say, I have this old bookcase that we were going to get rid of because it's a little wobbly and I don't trust it against a wall by itself. We rent, so we're not allowed to, we can't even hang a painting by putting a nail in the wall, so there's no way to attach our furniture to the walls, which is a little concerning with a toddler around. So that's why any wobbly furniture are in rooms that he can't get into. So yeah, this was going to go, but I really enjoy using it behind my desk. On top I just have some paintings that I've done years and years ago, a little embroidery that my bestie made me, and some flowers in some bunny jars. On this top shelf, it's a little far for me to reach. The best shelf for me to reach is down here, so I tend to put stuff that I don't use as often up here. I've got so many spare black pens that I need to go through and turf, because some of them have, you know, they just go a bit fuzzy and don't really work that well. This is what I film on. It's a microphone stand with a little tripod stuck onto the top, and it's weighted down with a heat pack, which sucks when I want to actually use the heat pack. So I'm trying to work out a new filming. But if you are a YouTuber and you use an arm like this that comes out, let me know if you've got any recommendations for devices. I've got some matte gel medium, some paintbrushes and things up there. Then I really hope this isn't too wobbly. Down on this shelf I've got my heat gun and my ATG that just sit in a plastic container, as well as my most used wet mixed media, I guess, are my two gessos, white and the clear. I've got my spray bottle, and then I keep my journals that well, actually this journal's full, but I only just filmed the flip through, so that's why it stayed out here. This is my book that I use for research when I do my colour journal, which is that white one there that I've been filming over on Patreon. I've got my square journal that I've been working in, and I separate my black and white paint pens away from my colour ones just to make it easier to find them. Plus I seem to have a million black and white ones. I think I buy them without realising that I still have some. On this shelf I've got a hodgepodge of supplies. Watercolours that I love to use, tags, a little bowl of tags. If you're an old inklet, if you've been with me for a while, you'll know this is my bowl of Neil, which has my little flowers in it. I've got a couple of photos, and then my beloved little bunny where I keep all of my gold glitter hearts. Then on this level, this is why I like it, because it's got these short, stout little shelves that I can put a lot of small things without wasting space in. Got my traveler's notebook that I do my journal with me videos in. In this container I have some Tombow brush markers and some Artline Sticks brush markers, which I really like as well. And then in, see, this one's a bit harder to reach. I can get it on tippy toes. In this one I have some mermaid markers, which I'm still learning to use, and these tops keep breaking off them, which drives me crazy. And then my beloved Posca paint pens. I've also got my junk journal, my current month of Citrus Twist, and then my use it up journals, which are almost, this one's not, but the other one's almost done. And this is where I just put my leftover paint stencils and turn them into art journal pages. And well, that one looks a bit gross, but turn them into art journal pages when I feel like being arty but not getting too messy. So that's that one. And then, oh, I also have my 100-day project just popped in the corner there because I've been meaning to film a video about it, but I haven't. And then next up on my desk, I try to keep my desk as empty as possible. It is hard though. It's very hard. I always have 2 jars of water. They're just old spice jars, and I find that that's handy because sometimes I'm too lazy and I don't actually empty one, so I've always got a backup. Being real, this is a real craft room tour. The laziness is real. I have my glue and my Heidi Shine that I use all of the time. Then in this is a container from Ikea, and I've got some washi tape on rulers. I just wrap it around, and it's really easy to take away with me if I'm cropping or crafting anywhere. I've got all my favourite black pens, white pens, purple pen that I never use, you know, the usual menagerie of stationery supplies, more scissors than I actually really need. And then this is kind of my adhesive one, which has tape, staples, glue stick, and I shove my paintbrushes in the corner there. Got some printables that I've been working with, and my diary. They're 2 things that I usually always keep on my desk. Alright, let's have a quick look at the hodgepodge under my desk. All the things that are usually not seen. I have a whole bunch of these pizza boxes, and I've been hanging on to them because there's a couple of things I want to de-stash and put together some like paper kits and things, so I think they'd be good to post in. So I've been holding on to those. I've got some more journals that I need to use. That's all empty. Albums and things in there. Ah, that's where my craft foam is. See, I lose things all the time. That's my stash of craft foam. Down here we have some picture books that I want to use for my inspiration from a picture book series. Some Copic markers that I want to film a video on. My manual die cutting machine is there. I've got more paints and mixed media supplies, enamel dots, and then that turquoise little box is probably my most used thing under here. It's where I keep all my extra adhesive, my tapes, and my hot glue gun, and usually that duct tape and masking tape are in there, but obviously I've been too lazy to actually pull it open and put them in there. Just standard Adele, really. I also do get a lot of questions about this whenever I show it in a vlog, and this is some, oh, I don't know the brand, but it's from Officeworks, and it's so that you can stand on it while you're working and kind of shift your weight so that your feet don't get as sore, and I've found it really helpful. It was about $50, but it was worth it, and I need to vacuum under my table a little better. These are page protectors. So I store my page protectors in scrapbook albums, and it's really useful. However, I have just moved them from their old home and haven't found a new home for them, so they're just hanging out down there. Then this is one of my Rascog trolleys. I have 3, and I absolutely love them. However, I think in the new craft room, one of them might be going away, possibly, because I'm going to have so much extra storage. So down here, this is how I currently store my scraps. Yep. Oh, it's so hot in here that the camera keeps fogging up and going out of focus too. Sorry about that. But I just shove them in a pizza box, and I don't like the way that it's working for me. So that's something I want to change in the new setup. In here you would have seen, if you watch my process videos, my art journaling videos over on my Let's Get Inky YouTube channel, then I have these little Dina Wakley pencil case thingies, and I separate my paints into cool colours and warm colours, and I just pop them in there. It's really handy to take with me, or just to grab and put on my desk if I'm working in them. On my top shelf I just have 2 cheap plastic containers from a $2 shop. This one has all my most used punches. I don't have too many punches, so they mainly all fit in here except for like 2 really giant ones that I have somewhere in the black hole that is under my desk. And then in this one I keep my background stamps, because I use these way more often than my Word stamps that are up on the Expedit Calyx unit. And I have a little basket within the big basket, so the little basket has all of the smaller sized ones, and then the big basket, I have some that are still in the packets, but I do prefer them to just be out like this, because I just use them without, oh, stamped on the back of that one, I just use them without an acrylic block. I do have acrylic blocks here in case I do need them, and I have my ink shoved down here. And this Rascog just fits really nicely under my desk. I will say it's the one that I use the least, except I do use the paints a lot, but they're just easy just to grab and go. So it's nice to have it shoved out of the way a little bit. And I also keep my paper trimmer on this tiny little rail under my desk, which I'm sure is not meant for storage, but I just shove it in there and it works well for me. These are my fave 2 Rascog carts, and they're the ones that I use the most. I've done a video over on Patreon before showing how I set these up, but they're really handy because I can just wheel them over to my desk. Up the top here I have these little plastic containers. I did just buy some more from Ikea. I don't know the name of them though, sorry, but they're in the small storage section again, and I just squeeze them in there along with this random turquoise pencil container that I've had for years. I think I had it in my desk at school. And this just houses my roller stamps, and then in here I have wood veneer chunky things that aren't wood veneer, which are like rubber embellishments and bows and things, ephemera that I really need to use, and then DIY embellishments or stuff to make DIY embellishments like punched out hearts. Then in here I use these a lot. This is another Ikea. Promise this isn't sponsored by Ikea, but they do have a lot of handy solutions. This is a little I think it's a drawer organizer in the bedroom section, and I have these zippered pouches that I get them every month in my citrus twist kits, but I also just had a heap left over from when I left teaching, and so they're really handy. You can find them at stationery shops, cheap shops, but they're just really handy to put stuff in. And if you do a lot of traveling and crafting, like if you go to crops often or retreats, it makes packing really easy because you can just grab and go. So this one has all of my puffy mini alphas. This one shouldn't be, but it is. These are just embellishment packs, mainly crepe paper ones, I think, that I just haven't put away yet. I have to go through them and see which embellishments I'm just not going to use. And yeah, so that's that one. This one is all of my doilies. I do like to use my doilies. And then these ones are printables, and I think I have 2 empty ones at the end. Then, I hope I'm not making you dizzy, sorry peeps. Underneath, wow, this is a hot mess. So this is all of my washi tape, and I found these little containers years ago, and I just kind of stack them on top of each other. Washi's going to change in the new room, but they're just, it's a hodgepodge. I have a little container that I keep some supplies for traveller's notebooks, things that I'm probably not going to reach for scrapbooking, like this washi tape strip set. But if I limit myself when I do my traveller's notebook, it's really handy to have. I've got my tiny word stickers here, and then right at the back are some stamps that I've shoved up there because I don't know what to do with them right now, and I'm too lazy to sort them into my actual stamp stash, so we just pretend they're not there. Down the bottom here I have some printables and a whole lot more embellishments that I need to go through and sort. Same's with that one. I also forgot to add, I will do that other Rascog in a sec, but I have my studio lights, which I get a lot of questions about. I just bought them off eBay. I bought them about 4 years ago, and I think it was about maybe $80 for the set of 2. But I can't link it because the person that I buy them off doesn't sell them anymore. I love them. A couple of things I don't like about them. The light globes that they came with were a little too warm. I wanted more of a white light, so I just replaced the light globes in them very easily. They're also really hot, which is why this room gets so hot without the fan on as well. So if you are using them, make sure that you've got some cooling going on, because it's a bit hard in summer. Or you live somewhere cold. They'd be great if you lived in like Alaska or somewhere nice and cool. Antarctica maybe. Are there any scrapbookers in Antarctica? Don't think so, but if there is, these are a good buy. And they also are a little cumbersome on the base. So Aaron's found me some new lights, but they're a little pricier than I want to pay. So I'm trying to find something else that's not as pricey, but yeah, these have lasted me a long time. I just don't know how they're going to work in my new space, but I'll keep you updated. Alright, the final Rascog has probably one of my favourite storage solutions, I guess you could say, in my craft room. I've showed this before. I have these brochure holders. So this is a 2-tiered clear plastic brochure holder, and then I also have the smaller one as well, and they are just so handy. So I just slip in. This is a hot mess at the moment because I've been a bit lazy. When I cleaned up, I just kind of shoved things where they roughly go, and so I need to go through this. But I just put the smaller, shorter sticker sheets in the front, and then bigger ones up here. And then in this one I have enamel dots and like little sprinkly bits in this first section. Then I have brads and buttons, then puffy stickers in the next one, and then chipboard cork, that's what that's called, and wood veneer sheets in the back. So this has been really, really helpful. You can see through it. They are quite pricey. I think this one was, they might have been close to $30 each at Officeworks. but I use them all the time, and I think they're worth it if you want to splash out and want to be able to see your crafty things. I have some of the sticker books just shoved in the side here because they fit. And then in this one, it's another one of those Ikea drawer organizers, and I have all of my labels. I keep my Project Life cards. This is all I really flip through. I have 4x6 ones on my bookcase. I don't think I showed that, but the 3x4s just get shoved in here, and it's actually a Ferrero Rocher plastic container that I've upcycled. And then in the back here are just some things, just bits that I need to sort through. Down here, oh hello gold paper, you are big. These are my layering pieces, so I've got tissue paper, vellum, gold glitter, that type of thing, and then this is an entire tray of embellishments that I need to go through and sort. And then down the bottom are some older printables. I also have my electric typewriter plugged in and on the floor because that's how I roll, and I haven't got around to putting it on a table surface. I don't know if you can see, but my glasses have fogged so much that it's actually made my eyelashes wet, and my mascara has run all over my glasses. The joys of filming in Aussie summer. But I hope you have enjoyed this craft room tour. I wanted to show it to you because I've had a lot of people ask to see it, and before I completely shuffle everything around and change it up, I will be filming a creating of my desk, because I'm Frankensteining a desk. I've got 6 tabletops, drawers, legs, all sorts of things, and I'm constructing my own table to suit the room size and my needs. And so I'll be doing I may already be up by the time this comes out on YouTube actually, a video for Patreon that is the IKEA vlog plus the desk design plus the desk build plus a craft room setup video of the new space for there. And then I will film a quick final craft room tour towards the mid-year, let's say, mid-year maybe. So look out for that. Keep your eyes peeled. But I hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit of a quick overview of my space. Thanks for dealing with me just melting into a puddle here, and thanks always for your continued support. So if you've just stumbled upon my channel, this is my Inkie Quill channel, which is for scrapbooking and Project Life. And then I have a second channel called Let's Get Inkie, which I do art journaling, junk journaling, travelers notebooks, hauls, DIY embellishments, all the planner a little bit, all those things. And then I also have a Patreon if you want to see longer videos, more videos, and get digital printable collections every single month. But that's it. Alright peeps, I will see you all very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye! Or let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them and remember where I got things from. Bye!